That would be fun, man.
Which one of us is Matt's child?
Wait.
We should just do like an improv show of that. Just let Dan loose.
That would devolve so quickly.
It'd just be Dan.
It would just be
yelling.
Dan, like last week's podcast.
Half an hour in, and it's just Dan going off on Warhammer lore.
Yeah, we've been doing this quite a long time. I think this for season 2, I think will be somewhere in the 40s episodes released that season, and the season before that, season 1, was about 30 something.
Can we have a filler arc?
No.
Only if it's a beach episode and we're all in bikinis.
All right, I'm on board again.
I don't think anybody wants to see Ray in a bikini.
No, I don't want to see that.
Now stop thinking about it.
Keep thinking about it.
Okay. We're going to move on to what I actually had planned to talk about today because the Christmas season is
How dependable
upon
Matt
us.
is.
Come on, guys.
You know, we just wanted a Matthew episode. Such a great guy.
Such a fantastic person. If he can only show up on time.
All right, sorry, continue.
We are talking about our favorite Christmas parties, presents that you've gotten in your lifetime there. I think, especially with me, my family never really did the whole Christmas thing. At least for us, from when I remember being very young, the parents got us Christmas presents just because it was part of like the tradition and stuff like that. But it's typically just like it was winter break for us. Like we got the 2 weeks off. I sat around and played video games and stuff like that. And our parents got us Christmas presents, and that was it. We never really had sort of like the big family dinner or anything like that. I just wanted to ask you guys, what were your favorite memories around like the holiday season, gifts and stuff like that?
Gift wise, like, cause my parents didn't really have a whole lot of money when I was growing up. Like, I know, right? You'd never know. But no, like, we weren't very well off, so like, gifts were fairly cheap. But one year, when the iPod Nano came out, they splurged and they got all three, like me and my brother and sister, each an iPod Nano, and I just like, it like blew me away because I just set it on the table and I was just looking at it. I was like, this can't be real. I've never had anything like this. Like normally it was like, it's like a gift card for this or whatever. But yeah, that was like the one that was just like the most expensive and like the shock value. Cause like we had no idea cause like they got it in Edmonton and my aunt mailed them out. And like there was just like big boxes under the tree. Cause that's usually what they do. They try and throw you off. Yeah. But the boxes were empty cause it was just in a like mailbox in my parents' closet. And so we opened it up and it was just like foil, and then they like gave us the iPod Nano. I was like, holy fuck, you sons of bitches.
You son of a bitch. What could that one hold, like 16 gig?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Something like that. And those were the little
the really thin ones, like yeah, well, no, it wasn't. It was like, I don't know, like
it was
4
like
inches tall and like an inch and a half wide, but it was like
thin as fuck.
It was thin as fuck.
Dude, those things are so cool.
Yeah,
like those are tiny.
They were tiny, and that was like the best part. You could like keep them hitting.
Yeah, it fits in any pocket.
Oh yeah, just throw it in a pocket.
And then I replaced it with the fucking brick that had like 200 gigabytes of memory.
The fatty? Yeah, I had the fatty. Those things were cool. And I was amazed at
that like
wheel scroll. And they actually worked pretty good.
Yeah.
Like they weren't garbage, which for back in the day, it's surprising.
Yeah.
That was long before everything was touchscreen. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Real screens. Real buttons.
Wait, what?
Buttons?
My favorite.
I remember getting a PS2 on Christmas.
Nice.
That was fucking just balling. I mean, I think it was about midway through the PS2's original life cycle. I mean, like they have that extended life cycle. I think they stopped making them like only like 6 years ago or something like that.
Oh, you're just like they were still making them just for funsies?
Yeah.
So like you could say between when the PS2 came out and when the PS3 came out.
Yeah, but about halfway through that there, and I remember that really fucking blew my mind. Yeah. I've never really gotten like sort of like big Christmas gifts. But I think that was the biggest one, and I think the way me and my brother split it between the three of us because I mean it was a big purchase I guess for back then, and that was just phenomenal. Yeah.
Get any games with it?
We got it was the like Virtual Fighter, Tekken, like it was just a lot of those fighting games because I think there was a bit of an issue I think throughout the year of me and my brothers just sort of like beating on each other.
Yeah, that's just brothers though.
Yeah, and I think that the solution that my mother came up with is now they can just fight against each other in a video game.
Yeah.
Next, we'll do it in VR.
And then we'll go right back to just beating each other
This
up.
is so real, and you're just beating the shit out of them.
You just have the Oculus set on, and I'm just nailing him in the head.
That's why me and Luke never played the fighting games against each other because he was always way better at it than me, and then it would just evolve into an actual fight. So just my parents stopped buying them for us.
You get golf now.
It's a competition.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheating son of a bitch.
Any team game. Actually, you kind of stole mine because I was gonna say. Ours was the year, or the one I really remember was the year the PS3 came out, and it was right around that Christmas time. And me and Stefan were devising a way to try and convince the parents. And at one point, my dad's really, I don't know, you could say bipolar, I guess, on this, where it's like some days you ask him, like, hey, can I borrow $10? He's like, no, you gotta earn it. Yeah, you gotta earn it, and I'd never give you money and all that. And then you go the next day and you're like, oh, I really want to buy this new video game for like $60. He's like, yeah, let's go get it. And you're like, okay, you have to find him at the right mood. So one day, like a couple of weeks before Christmas or something, I don't know when the PS3 came out, but somewhere around that area, and Dad was looking at stuff and he goes, oh, Blu-ray players are the next big thing. And he's kind of always been about tech and being on the latest stuff. So he's like, oh, I should get a Blu-ray player. And he's looking and they're like $1,000 because they're brand new at the time. And Steph and I go, well, the PS3's a Blu-ray player, and it's only like $700 or $600, so it's cheaper. And he goes, okay, go buy one. Okay. Score! So my dad or my mom just give us a debit card. We go to fucking everywhere we're sold out, but we found it at Toys R Us, I think. It was
really?
It was either Toys R Us or like a Shoppers or something. Like the last place we would have thought to go. But they're like, yeah, we have a whole bunch sitting over in the corner. Okay.
I think Toys R Us was like when it was. Is it still open?
No, it is not.
Okay, because I still see
They
the building.
closed?
I think they closed it down. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember they filed for bankruptcy or whatever, and I saw the building still open and people walking in and out of it after a while. So I didn't know if it was actually closed or what. But Toys R Us used to be the place that I would always try and buy brand new games or systems from, because nobody would have ever thought to go to the Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right, and that's why we were so surprised. We went to a few different places, and we were driving past, and I think my brother just said, "Hey, let's just try and stop by and see what's up." Okay. So yeah, that was pretty sick. I don't know what games would have come out in the beginning. PS3.
That would have been like Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Killzone 2, I think.
Maybe some shooter game. Oh, there's that one alien shooter game. Anyways, good stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking parties wise or like events. Our tradition has always been, since I was like a baby, way back when, is we have a big family party Christmas Eve. Yeah, with all the aunts and uncles, all the cousins. So by the end of it, it's like you're talking a party of 60 to 70 people in a house. It's just a fucking rager. Everyone's drinking a whole bunch. Everyone stays up late. So I mean, the kids are going to bed at like between midnight and 2 or 3 a.m. So I just love the idea of like the movies or people talking like, oh, you wake up at the crack of dawn and you're trying to wake the parents up. Let's go open gifts. We were the opposite, where all the kids are sleeping, the parents are up, and then they go around like, wake up, we got to open presents. All the kids are like, no, fuck off. I'm sleeping. So we all gather around the tree and we just look haggard as all get out.
Oh, that's going to be different this year out.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is this year's going to be the first time we're not having a big rager on Christmas Eve.
I guess we didn't. That whole tradition kind of stopped when Grandpa died.
Yeah.
Because when he died, they sold the house, and Grandma moved to like an assisted living home. So like nobody wants to step up and be like, let's, because like my dad's family is
gigantic.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Like he's got 11 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So them plus all their kids, now plus all their kids, and even some of them have kids.
Oh shit. Fourth gen.
So the 4 generations in one building. there's like 110 people. It's
You guys need
nobody.
like the Marriott Hotel or something.
Yeah, nobody is gonna step up for that anymore. So it kind of now it's like the aunts and uncles that are in Edmonton, they kind of all get together. The aunts and uncles that are out in BC with my parents now, they get together. The aunts and uncles that are in Saskatoon kind of get together. So they split it up, and then everybody does their own thing now.
Which makes a bit more sense. Like,
Yeah,
no one really wants, or maybe some people do, but I would hate to travel during Christmas.
yeah,
Like, that just sucks.
I can understand like if it's a drivable distance, but like I've even last year was strange to me because I was down in Seattle and like my parents were like, my older brother was like, I'm flying the parents out to Seattle for Christmas and we're gonna have family Christmas there. And I was like, whoa, that's a big change because like years before we used to have it here in Saskatoon or we would drive out to like Calgary or Edmonton or something like that. But like it was a big change for us to do all the way out to Seattle.
yeah. It's a long ways.
Yeah. So I was quite surprised about that, but I've always missed out at least the last little while, like the family Christmas stuff, just because of how my work schedule was. I'd have to work Christmas Eve, and I'd be fucking tired as hell. So I took Christmas Day off, a Boxing Day off, just to recuperate, and then I have to be back at work on the 27th.
Well, yeah, because like where you used to work, you had all the Christmas parties to cater to.
Yeah, and like I would just be dead tired, and I'd just skip everything. And starting last year, and we're trying to figure out some stuff this year, and it's just like being able to see family and actually spend time with them. It was real reinvigorating.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's so sad how the work gets in the way of so many holidays and stuff. And everyone tries to treat it like this big event. It's so important. But, oh, by the way, you're going to work the day before and the day after.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? Like a one day. Cool.
It depends on what industry you're into. Like if you're in any like customer service,
Retail.
like any retail, you're basically
It's a day off.
there's a term for it, and I'm drawing a blank on it where like you don't have a set schedule. Like 'cause I work Monday to Friday.
Right.
Like they like somebody might work one week.
Yeah, just like hourly.
Yeah, well, there's a term for it. I'm drawing a blank on what it is, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like your schedule changes, but because
seasonal.
no, but yeah, whatever.
Just varying schedule.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem. The only day that most like kind of everything shuts down is Christmas Day. Like when I was at Sobeys back when I was a teenager, the only day that Sobeys closes is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So like
That's
doesn't
the
matter
only day anything
like,
closes.
New Year's Eve doesn't matter, it's still open. Thanksgiving Day doesn't matter, it's still open.
Yeah.
And that's
That's most things.
most things now.
It just reminded me of a story. Christmas Eve, we were having our big party. It was at our house. And this was years and years ago. And I think DL had just recently started dating Graham, or it had been a couple years. And we're having our party. And she had said, she's like, oh, Graham had mentioned something about tacos or burritos. And she goes, I want to get him some. And I'm like, we've all been drinking. And it's like 11 o'clock at night. And I just looked at her. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? She's like, we need to go find some tacos. I'm like, okay. So we jump in the car. And yeah, it's 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and we start driving around, and we go to Taco Time. We didn't have a Taco Bell at that point, and then we thought we'd stop by like a Max or 7-Eleven to see if they had the taquitos cooking or something. But I think they were all closed too. Like everything shuts down on Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 11 o'clock Christmas Eve, and we're driving around. And I'm just thinking, the fuck are we doing? It was fun. It was interesting, but I'm just like, this is, of course Taco Time's not open at 11 o'clock at night Christmas Eve. We should have known this before leaving.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But yeah, no, that's the sad part is like, and especially because Boxing Day is such a huge shopping day.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, you have the Christmas day off, but you're dreading the next day because you know it's going to be a fucking shit show, and you probably have to get there early to make it, get everything prepared.
I feel like Boxing Day was a bigger thing when the malls were actually full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Before
it's
internet
just,
shopping.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's just kind of like,
Man, the fucked up thing is Black Friday now. Because back in the day, it was Black Friday, and then it was Black Friday week beforehand, and then it kind of kept going and going. And now with COVID, they're like doing a whole Black Friday month or some shit.
Black Friday was more of an American thing too.
It was,
it
but
is.
it still hit us in Canada. Like we still followed.
But
Like
when
online.
Amazon got like in the last few years and it became prevalent, and it's like, I think they call it Prime Day. It happens the same time as Black Friday, I think. But they call it Prime Day or Prime Week or whatever, where you just get massive deals.
Well, they say massive deals, but
But
man, that's the shitty thing. Is so many people, like some guys develop programs to show the price of a product and be like, hey, you remember that thing, or you see that thing that's 30% off?
yeah,
It's still the same price as it was a week ago.
in the weeks leading up to it, the price increased until this point where they could mark it down 30% and be
make
at
it-
regular.
Like, fuck. And that's what, like, of course we don't trust businesses when they do shit like that. And then they get mad at us. And like, I think they tried to shut that program or that website down. It's like, you can't do that. You're not allowed to. And you're like, well, you guys are fucks, and you're forcing our hand here.
I don't know if they could really actually.
The only way I could think is if they were taking information from their
The back end of
website. Yeah, like code-wise.
I don't,
yeah.
because like all you'd really have to do is make a program that would compare, like gather the prices for like.
We could just check the website every day.
Yeah, check
Just check it.
and-
All right, this product is at this price.
Yeah, even if you just like take the things that you know are gonna sell, so like
TVs,
TVs,
computers,
computer parts, HDMI cables, like things like
cell
that.
phones, probably.
You could probably like even just collect the data for like a month beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Yeah, honestly, you could set up probably a really easy program to do all that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to just have an observation program.
Mm-hmm. So I think there's a few websites out there for
Yeah.
that now. So they can't shut them all down. Just like
they
piracy
can
sites.
try.
I've never been a sort of like a big fan of like the Boxing Day, like sort of like go out and like shop or like return gifts and stuff like that, because I think that's what that day was
Yeah.
also particularly about, is you would
Return.
give a Christmas present or something like that. Make sure you have the fucking receipt
Yeah.
so that if the person didn't like it, they can just go exchange it for something
Right.
else. But I've never been too fond of that, because like, I mean, if someone's giving me a gift, right, they put some work into thinking about it, right? I'm not gonna go and return a gift and be an ass about it. It's like saying, hey, I don't like this. I mean,
Well, I mean, to play devil's advocate, it happened to Luke. Would have been when he was like, I don't know, 14 or so. My aunt got him. I forget which video game it was.
Hello Kitty Island Adventures.
No, he bought that himself.
He bought the platinum.
No, I think it was
Steel
one of
case.
the God of Wars or something. But she got him the God of War, but he had bought it for himself, like just as something.
Mhm.
So, and when he got it, he was like, "Oh, well, shit. If I'd have known this, I wouldn't have bought it." So, and then he went and returned it, and she was like, "Yeah, just get whatever you want." I just assumed. He was like, "You assumed correct."
Yeah, you picked good.
I guess in that case it makes sense there. Yeah. But like, I've never been, because like I've seen, even with like my cousins or something like that, you get them a sweater or something like that, and their boyfriends always make sure that they have the receipt, like, just in case they don't like it. I'm like, that's not the holiday spirit.
Yeah, you wear that ugly sweater. You wear it with pride.
You represent. Yeah. And especially because it's such a freaking gong show out there. It's like, do you really want to be going out there and returning gifts? You usually have 30 days or whatever, 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Let's go out on the busiest shopping day
Yeah.
to go fuck around with
I don't know.
this.
I did the Black Friday thing one time when I was a kid. Me and my dad went to, I think it was like Radio Shack.
Oh,
Classic.
Yeah.
And we had to literally wait outside. I'm like, I'm cold. This is stupid. Why are we here? We can get this tomorrow.
We're those type of people who are like, I don't enjoy this. Why am I here? This fucking sucks. And yeah, I think there used to be some really good deals. Like, again, you could get a TV for like $300 or
Yeah.
something, half price or something. Usually the door stoppers,
Yeah.
where they only have a few in order.
They're just to get you into the store.
Yeah. So it's like, come shop for this. Oh, there's only 20 of them, so
Yeah.
first 20 people get them, and then after that.
But yeah, now even Black Friday, like it's not just electronics anymore, because that's usually what you go for. Like
Yeah.
my dad works for Sleep Country Canada, and even like you can go get a bed for way cheaper on
Black
Black
Friday.
Friday,
Black
or
Friday bed.
Boxing Day, everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Black Friday was after American Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when, what was it, the
It's
third
the
quarterly
Thursday,
update or something?
the Thursday before Black Friday is Thanksgiving Day, so everyone joins together and has a big family dinner or whatever, spend time with each other. Then the next day is when the
They
entire
murder
family,
each other for $35 in savings.
Yeah. They all cram into the fucking van at like 6:00 in the morning, and then drive down to the Best Buy or the Walmart or something like that, and you just see a sea of fucking people lined up at the door, and
But I think the reason it's called Black Friday is because they're I forget what it would be, but basically they've done the math throughout the whole year, and if they're in the red, they've lost money. If they're in the black, they've made money, and they can now sell things for cheaper and still make profit for the year.
Which was the interesting thing, because it's like that's the end of the year, so it took all the way up to like November for them to get into the black, and then December is just kind of like
I think it's more of like we're now certain we're in the black.
No.
Now we have a leeway to just get some extra deals, get rid of some extra product,
Sell out some old stock,
Yeah.
make way for the new. Yeah. I guess that's the thing is I've never really gone out, like you said, on Black Friday, so I don't know if it's true that there were some huge...
I'm sure that's how it was.
Yeah.
Now,
Now, no.
No,
But
no.
even like when we were kids, like say when we were 10 or 11,
yeah.
was there some
Oh, yeah.
crowds at the mall and shit?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Our family would always go skiing on Boxing Day. Yeah, it was Boxing Day. We'd always go to Table Mountain on Boxing Day, so we wouldn't do any of the shopping. I don't know if
That's a
that's
smart idea.
I don't know if that was my parents going like, we want to stop them from shopping, or they said, everyone's shopping, Table Mountain should be empty.
That's probably more of
I think that's what it was. Yeah. So, fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. It'd be huge party Christmas Eve. See all the cousins, get drunk, have a great time. Wake up later on in Christmas Day, just chill by the tree for a while, have big pancake lunch, just fuck around the entire day, usually playing new video games, and then go skiing on Boxing Day. That was the best.
Man, the holidays were just better when we were kids, man.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yeah.
of no school.
Now I've got depression.
I was gonna say back when we were happy.
I was never happy.
Yes, you were. Damn it.
All right, now the reason why I wanted Maddie here in the first place was because I also wanted to talk about we're getting to a point in our lives where, well, not the three of us, but everybody else seems to have significant others, right? And they're trying to plan out the fucking holiday about how to try and spend Christmas with both sets of parents and other things like that, and like that. Well, I want to talk about that and have Maddie possibly give us his idea about it, but I guess we're gonna talk on the single side.
Well,
I mean,
in Sylvan's case, now he has to plan for Dan coming to Sylvan's parents' side and Dan's parents' side.
Oh, Dan.
you guys are common law at this point, right?
He's more of an indentured servant who doesn't do anything.
Indentured wallpaper.
No, it's like even just with my parents, every year, like my dad's family would do the Christmas Eve thing. So my mom's side would do the New Year's party. That's just how
it broke out.
For years, like for over a decade, that's how it was.
You've been going out to your parents for Christmas mostly, right? No,
It costs like $1,000 to fly to BC from Saskatchewan,
especially around the Christmas.
especially
time.
around Christmas
What a-
time. So we do
fucking-
Christmas in February usually.
Smart. That's a smart way to do it. That's
Yeah,
so fucking
Ukrainian
stupid.
Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, it's just stupid, man.
Fuck airlines, man.
Like I could fly to Vegas, spend 3 days in Vegas, fly back to Vegas, spend 3 more days in Vegas, and come back and still spend less money than one flight to BC.
Yeah. That's the point where they're like, oh, the COVID airline industries are gonna fail. I'm like, good, those fucks.
Greedy pricks.
Let them fail. Bring in someone new and see if they can do it better. Yeah. No, I think same thing with Stefan came, I think 2 times so far from BC for Christmas, and I think the parents bought his ticket because it was like,
Because
It's
it's
expensive.
insanely expensive.
I can't do it myself.
Like I don't know why. It's not even just to BC. It's just in Canada.
Oh, and even normally, like,
Yeah.
probably just regular during the year. It's probably what, 400, 500
$500 usually per person.
2 provinces over. Get out of here.
Granted, that is like 22 hours of driving.
14. I think Stefan's is 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
Mystery
in
exaggeration.
Kelowna.
Oh. How far is Kelowna to... Where are you?
Kelowna's further south, but I
Yeah.
think it's closer to the number 1 highway.
Yeah.
So it's double in whole way, whereas
Oh, it's so good.
to
You're going up
my
through, like,
parents, you gotta go
Rogers
through.
Pass
Yeah, you
and-
gotta through Calgary.
That drive. Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the other one's so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the one time we drove out, it was Reg and we found a podcast, and it was a story one, and it was like 13 hours long, so it's the perfect for that drive. It was awesome. Shit, what was I thinking?
Just listening to the same story for 13 hours. God damn.
Obviously, it went somewhere. So just episode 1 on repeat. And the hobbits went, oh my god.
And at this point, you guys are just like, you're speaking along with the story.
Ray's changing his voices for different characters.
Someone's in the back seat holding their head, just being like, I'm not here anymore. I'm not here anymore.
Make it stop.
The voices can't hurt you.
Yeah, so like we're all single, and I wanted
that's
to
what we're
get
talking
I
about.
wanted to get a man who was in a relationship and get his
Well,
take on
youth, the continuation.
yeah, I guess
You really
so.
have to narrow
Well,
it
I mean,
down on
like,
our
at
friend
this point, I mean, I guess talking with you guys, you know, how do you guys feel about like alternating? Thank you. Alternating holidays, or like planning to have, you know, fucking 2 Christmases or something like that.
I think you can split up the day pretty easily. Like, so what Dale and Graham have been doing is usually, again, back in the past, it was party with the Detillius Christmas Eve. Christmas morning, I think they would open gifts with us, and then just about like 10 or 11 o'clock, they would leave and go do a lunch with Graham's mom, and then kind of spend lunch to supper-ish with her. So just kind of splitting the Christmas day in half. On that
I mean,
one.
like, even just splitting like the Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day
or that
would be
too.
because like if you do Christmas Eve with one family with like say this big party, and then you do like a
Yeah.
Christmas family supper with the other family, like
Right. And yeah, you could do like Christmas Eve and open presents late at night there, and
Yeah.
then do presents later at the other one. Yeah. No, I think there's multiple ways you could do. I agree with that. Either
Yeah.
split it day, like Christmas Eve one, Christmas Day the other, or split Christmas Day, breakfast with one, supper with the
Yeah.
other.
I guess also depends on where I guess your family's situated too. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're in the same city as you, it's not
Yeah,
too
way easier.
difficult.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah, but where you're spread across different cities or something like that, that's when you have to go and decide. All right, it is Christmas with my parents this year, Christmas with your parents next year.
I feel like that one's tougher. I mean, yeah, you could just do like a phone call or maybe see them on Boxing Day or something, so it's not that bad. But
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get it, but like I feel like if it also depends on your parents or their parents or something like that, where like, because I know some families really emphasize the being together on Christmas sort of thing, and that puts a whole lot of stress on, you know, an individual to.
and it shouldn't be stress, but it is. You're right.
it's an insane amount of stress.
Actually, I'm gonna disagree with that one. I would think you shouldn't do Christmas one year with this family, next year with the other family, because it's like with my parents say, it's like they want to see the granddaughter every Christmas. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So even if you just show up for a couple hours, they need to see her on that day.
But like, what about somebody like in my position, like where like
with
my
the
family just
travel.
never gets to see us on Christmas?
Yeah, no, that would suck.
It would suck.
Yeah,
So like
so-
that's when it's like, okay, well, next year we're going to see my parents on Christmas.
Right. No, you're right.
You just have to make a compromise.
It all depends on the circumstances.
You're right. Okay,
right?
I'm thinking in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's in town, it makes a little more sense where I can go, you know, I can spend the 3 or 4 hours earlier on in the evening with one side of with my family, and then spend the remaining nights with you know the other family or whatever. But like something like in Sill's case where, you know, you have to fly out to places and stuff like that. It's like if you're doing that, you might as well spend the entire
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
time
yeah.
up
If you're
there,
traveling
right?
that far.
Yeah, and then it's just it just puts a whole lot of stress on it, especially if you know you have your own family and stuff like that. It's like dragging kids around and stuff.
I
It
mean,
just
even just like if you're even just helping with the meal on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, that's just it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's an insane amount of stress
Mm-hmm.
just cooking for X amount of more people.
Yeah. No, and again, it's one of those things where it should just be a happy, relaxed, enjoyable day, and we just fuck it
Yeah.
up so bad.
Yeah, my mom was never happy until the meal was over,
And she
And-
could start drinking.
and she could get drunk.
Yeah. But you're talking Christmas Day?
Like Christmas Day or like Christmas Eve, she would help out too.
Yeah, okay. For Christmas Day, would you just do like your family?
It would just be like, well, like my mom's sister and her family would come over, like because
Okay.
like my cousins and I were like really close when we were growing up. So
Okay, so it's cooking for 2 families.
2 families.
So that is a bit extra for sure.
I mean, they would split it.
Yeah, like
But-
you bring potatoes.
Yeah,
and
like-
whatever, and I'll do the turkey.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, like, just doing a turkey, because a turkey takes hours. Like, literal hours to cook.
Yeah. And I want to say it's like you throw it in there and just let it go, but
But
no,
no.
you gotta be
No,
checking
you gotta
it.
be
You gotta be
checking
doing
it.
stuff. Gotta be feeding it, changing its diaper,
Got started a 401k.
RSPs.
TFSAs.
This turkey's retiring. It's a golden turkey.
This turkey's got more money than me. What the fuck?
Mom loves the turkey more.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Now, did you guys have any sort of like traditions around Christmas that you guys really enjoyed?
Well, I think it was the Boxing Day skiing.
I don't think we had any traditions other than just like the get together on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was just the party.
Like, I remember one time, I think it was like one of the last Christmases that we did that with, and me and Luke were playing crib against my grandpa and my uncle, who have both passed for now. And I've never gotten my ass kicked so fucking hard.
You got like triple skunked?
Oh yeah, like every hand, like the most points, like the highest hand me and Luke had that entire game was 6 points.
Oh my god.
My grandpa, the lowest crib he had was 12 points.
And that's I don't understand crib because you're like, yeah, you know what? You have to know the rules of the game. You have to know how it works, but it's a card game. It's chance.
like-
how the fuck do you
And
keep doing this?
like me and Luke, we know how to play it.
Yeah.
Like we played it with my parents all the time. Like I know how to play crib,
You know how to not load a crib.
but it wasn't even things that I would like think were like would work, but just like
You toss in a 7 and 2, and all of a sudden.
Oh, not seven.
no, don't throw
Never
seven.
throw sevens
Never
in the
throw
crib.
7. But like then like he would just like it would cut a 5, and just like I had to throw him like king 10 because like my hand
Was
was runs or something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, so he's like king 10, and or I guess it would have been like because when you play like 4-person crib, you only
it's
throw
one.
one.
Yeah.
So like I threw a king, Luke threw a 10, and then my uncle threw a face
5.
card, and then my grandpa threw a face card, and then he cuts a 5, and it's like, well, he's got to run in the crib plus a like 15 for every single card, and it's like, I want to go home now.
Grandpa's cheating. Grandma cut his rations.
Yeah, so like, especially with me, we never really did a whole lot of like the traditional like Christmas stuff. It's not until I would say till like my cousins got married or whatever, and they started having their own Christmas things where I learned what like an advent calendar or like that fucking elf on a shelf thing.
Elf on a
is.
Shelf was weird, but Advent calendars was just a day of chocolate because I had no self-control.
Oh, you fuck. You just eat it
pop
all?
everything.
Well, no, I'd be like, Mom, don't give me it until fucking Christmas Day.
You're the worst kind of child.
Because if I have one, I'm not stopping.
I just get pissed off that it's not 1, 2, 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's like
one
it's like
here,
fucking
2
Where's
there.
Waldo of chocolate.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
I'm
I was
sitting-
just like start at the top right and we continue.
Oh, fuck it.
And then 30 seconds later, I've gone through everything.
Yeah.
You're just crying covered in chocolate.
Yeah, and I've never really seen those things until they started doing it. And I'm like, holy crap, what is this weird ass? Like this whole elf on a shelf thing just never
What is that?
like
I
a
don't know
couple
what elf on
weeks
the shelf
a couple
is.
weeks leading up into Christmas, my cousin will start leaving like this little like felt elf around the place or whatever with notes and stuff like that. It's like, hey, I'm watching you like
So
for
like the kids go and like find the elf because he moved. It's sort of like a game just leading up to
Oh.
Christmas.
Okay.
and it's like, hey, are you being good or whatever? I'm keeping track
Yeah,
on you
'cause,
for
like-
Santa or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So a way to trick them.
Yeah.
Huh. My parents didn't have time for that. The fuck? We're working.
Yeah, and it was just like they started doing that, and I didn't know what the fuck it was. It just confused the crap out of me. It was like,
What is this elf?
I don't like the elf that watches me when I sleep.
Nowadays they would do Elf on the Shelf and Alexa would talk to you through it.
Alexa, what is elf on a shelf?
Alexa, what is this elf? You win, sir. Good.
You found me.
ah, and then like with the advent
Can't
calendar,
get my satisfaction.
with the advent calendar, like the grown ups even participate now, where they have like craft beers or something like that.
I think I saw one of those. So you'd have to keep it in the fridge, right?
Preferably, yeah.
I guess some of those craft beers can be warm.
Mm.
That'd have to be a lot, like 30 beer, usually glass.
25 beers.
Yes.
It's every day leading up to Christmas.
Did they not have after Christmas?
Not really, no.
No, that makes sense then.
We all learned something today.
I never counted as a child.
You don't count it as adult.
I would just hand it to my mother and say, "Mother, get me today's chocolate."
I would like today's bonbon.
Not until you eat your meat.
Okay, mother.
And then go on a tow with Dad. Anyways.
Yeah, so like they do the.
I should get an advent calendar.
Yeah, that you could probably start now.
No.
That way you can get your full
find it.
30 in.
Yeah. Buy it early.
Or you can stop being a pansy and just buy 2. 50 days of chocolate.
Buy one for the whole year.
Or you could just, buy some chocolate.
Keep the Halloween candy around. Oh, that's what I was thinking. At one point, so Dion Graham, married, have a kid. At what point do you kind of just start doing your own Christmas as a family? Or do you always do it with the whole
It all depends. It all
family?
depends on whether or not you want to host. I think that's a big thing, because I have some cousins who are like married and have their own starting their own little family and stuff like that. They don't want to host. They don't want to have people over at their place, right?
Right.
So that's why it's always up to
It's usually the grandparents hosting.
grandparents or another set of cousins or something like that, and they just all head over there because they don't want to host.
Right. So
Because like in Sill's case, that's fucking 100 and some people
Right.
showing up at your place. He had a family a family reunion a
when
little while ago.
My
And that
parents came back for their anniversary.
was a lot of people.
That was too many people. Like, literally halfway through the party, I'm like, I have to go sit down. I don't want to be near anybody right now.
I just remember, just one day I came back and like I looked in the backyard and it was just a sea of Sylvan's family, and I was like,
Yeah.
huh.
And then, like, halfway through,
Cock
Jason
the
was like,
gun.
Jason and Nick were like, where's Sylvan? I'm gone.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Yeah. No, I've definitely felt that before. Where you're at a party and at some point you just go.
Well, it's different because, like, say you're at, like, when Stefan hosts a party and there's a bunch of people. I'm there for a few hours and I'm like, okay, there's too many people.
I can leave.
I don't
can
know.
leave. I can say goodbye.
When it's at your house,
you can't leave.
I know everyone here and I still don't want to talk to anybody.
Have to say hi to everybody.
Don't judge the way I live.
That's why I did that 7 to 11 party.
Get the fuck out.
That was so funny.
That actually worked out really well.
It was primo. It actually worked really good. I just laughed how Stefan went, "Oh shit, it's 11 o'clock. We gotta go."
Yeah, and I think it just comes down to whether or not you want to deal with people.
Yeah. And if you have the house that can kind of hold
Yeah.
with enough areas.
Rooms.
I don't know, like, because, like, when in my family, like, once the kids get a little older, like, once they're stopped being, because, like, when they're babies, everyone wants to hold the baby because they're a baby. But, like, once they get to, like, 9, 10, it's like, it's like, do you need to go see Grandma and Grandpa? No, we can see Grandma and Grandpa tomorrow. Let's just
Right. Yeah.
have Christmas here.
Okay. I see what you mean. I could see, like, again, in my parents' case, they would always want to see their grandkid, no matter what the day, but yeah. So you could do, again, like Christmas Eve with the grandparents, have the supper, and then do your family thing on Christmas Day, or you could just do Christmas Day at your house and then go for a supper.
Yeah, it all depends on how much time you want to spend with your family.
Less.
I think it
The answer is less.
comes down
That's
to
what
you
it
can't escape because you live in their basement right now.
They keep coming over.
Go home. Wait.
Basement is mine. Let me be.
Let me fully evolve into a gremlin.
I have to keep coming outside for work. This is bullshit.
Stupid work.
Work sucks.
Yeah, and I think it also depends on whether or not you're happy to see your family. Because I know in some places, people just dread the holidays because mom's a fucking bitch.
Throwing it out there.
I mean,
I'm not saying my mom's a bitch,
there's
but I'm
no
just
need to
saying.
sugarcoat it. We all know.
But like sometimes there's just like you can't deal with
Yeah,
them.
like
and
I
it's
mean, granted, there's always like that one family member that you're like, I could go without seeing you, like, ever again.
Okay, I'm lucky that immediate family, there's none of that.
Yeah, same. extended family in mind though.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
there's
the cousins and stuff.
there's one for sure that I don't want to ever see again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
she's just terrible human being.
Absolute garbage.
I'm trying to think. Man, we did pretty good as a family. We have some pretty top-notch people. Go us. But yeah,
You're palatable people.
we're enjoyable.
You're not total garbage. Congratulations.
I think it helps that we see each other often enough.
Yeah.
Like it's when it's once a year, you're like, all right, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah.
But when you go the camping, you see them every once in a while on a weekend or something.
You
like
live in
that.
their basement.
Man,
Ugh.
last time I was out in BC visiting my parents, my cousins came and visited, and their kids, I remember like their kids being like infants, like babies. Their one son is taller than me. He is now 17 and he is 6'2", and I have to look up at him, and I'm like, I don't like this.
I remember changing your diaper.
When did this happen?
Really starting to see how people get that feeling.
Yeah.
They're like, I remember you as a kid. You're tiny.
Fuck, I'm old.
Why? Or the other thing where it's like the music thing, where you're just so like, I have the same music on my phone that's been the last
Yeah.
decade. Although I still do listen to radio.
But yeah, like I don't know, that one is more just nostalgia.
Yes, that's a big one. Or just comfort.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I want to listen to something. I want to
Or
listen to something. I know.
rewatch something you already know just because.
Fuck, I'm terrible for that. I do that all the time. Non-stop rewatching.
Now, at what point do you think it is acceptable to start playing Christmas music?
December.
go with
December
that.
1st.
Oh, they're already.
Yeah, but
I
they
mean,
all.
yeah, it's I find typically in some places it's after
American-
Halloween or Remembrance Day.
Yeah,
That's the one. My mom said her rule was always after Remembrance
Yeah.
Day.
but I just don't. I don't like Christmas music, so like December. Fuck you guys.
December 20th.
No, but like if you do any, like it's like same thing with like Halloween decorations. Like if you set those up, fucking, start of September. It's like, nah, dude, you're way too early with that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Actually, it's funny how Halloween has such a shorter
Yeah,
range.
because everybody wants to get hanging their Christmas lights.
True.
How do you feel about a Christmas tree then?
Oh, we put ours up.
Is it real or is it fake?
Oh, fake.
It's probably
Okay.
yeah. We'll go with the fake one for now.
Yeah, let's go with fake
Yeah.
because it lasts longer.
Yeah,
So.
because like growing up, my parents had. Oh, we always had a real one, so it was
yeah.
always like
Like the couple of weeks.
a couple of weeks before. It was like
And they don't last long,
I
do
didn't
they?
know how last long now.
No.
So you get like 2 weeks before, maybe 2 weeks after.
Before the needles start to die, and
It just becomes a fire hazard.
Which, when you think about it, it's still a month.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's a 12th.
but yeah,
Because like I mean that at that point, I mean Christmas lights they're on the exterior of your building, but like a Christmas tree is whenever the fuck you set it up for yourself
Yeah.
essentially, right?
Pretty much. And I think that was the thing was I loved Christmas trees. Still kind of do, but like I absolutely loved them. So I was like, let's put it up early. Let's leave it up late. Because that was the thing. My parents would leave down to the States, and they'd mostly leave it up to me to leave or to take down the tree. It's like, fuck this. I like this tree.
tree can stay here all
Ray's
year.
Ray's got it there. It's fucking July, Canada Day. It's like okay, I should probably think about taking this thing down.
I mean, we're almost at Christmas again. We could probably
leave it.
No, my parents, because like when they moved to BC, they just got a fake one because they're like, fuck it, like
Oh,
why
yeah.
not?
Dude,
But,
fake is the way.
Yeah, like the last time we went out in February, my sister was like, leave that fucking tree up. I want it to be Christmas. So yeah, the tree stayed up till mid-February.
Well, yeah, because you guys are doing Christmas in February.
Yeah,
You have
but-
to have a tree.
But I mean, like they had Christmas with like all their friends and stuff, so the tree was up in December. And then it stayed up until February, and she was like my mom was like, all the neighbors can see the Christmas tree. They're probably thinking we're fucking crazy.
That's fine. I agree with Nick on that one. Fuck you guys, I want my Christmas tree.
I could care less. It's just a tree.
But
It's fun to decorate.
actually, I don't even care about the decorations. To me, it just represents happiness. Is this bright tree?
It's just an innocence.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the past, and it
It's
represents
It's
happiness.
the one
joy.
shining beacon in your dark world.
It is
okay
the last little bit of dopamine in Rheal's brain.
Don't take this from me. Yeah, even like lately, is you grab a book or your iPad or something, and you sit on the couch in the room with the tree, and you hang out.
Yeah, I
by
can
it.
get that.
There's just this nice atmosphere.
I don't know, it kind of gives off the same vibe as like having a fire. It's
True.
just like an extra little bit of warmth.
Mm-hmm. And it's easier than a fire because you just have to plug it in.
Yeah.
Fires are a lot of work.
I mean, like if you have a fake fire pit, you just turn it on.
Gas one.
It doesn't have the same feel. Because we have a real fire pit and we've had real fires, when someone goes fake fire, I'm like, it's not crackling. I don't feel the warmth. It's not.
The carbon monoxide, it's not pumping back out at me.
It's not looping me out a little bit in the brain. I got to get that loop.
You just got to drink more.
Yes. Here, little Timmy, take a shot.
Okay, so like, when would you say is the appropriate time to take down the Christmas tree?
End of January.
End of January?
Yeah. I'm giving it a month.
Yeah.
Because January fucking sucks. It's
January
cold and dark
does
and
suck.
miserable.
Like, that's the worst thing about, like,
The holidays.
Like, the holidays and winter in Canada. It's like, yeah, Christmas is over. I still have, like, 3.5 months of this bullshit.
cold and darkness.
January's the month where it's like, okay, you spend all the happy time drinking with your family. Now it's over. You're sitting in your house alone. It's too cold to go out anywhere. You're too fucking poor because you bought everybody presents to do anything fun.
Yeah.
You're just trapped inside the house, and it's like, well, what do? I guess I'm gonna be depressed.
Man, it's fucking going to be way worse this year. You can't even go out to, like, a bar. Go see your friends. It's like, no, you are going to stay home.
Yeah, I guess with restrictions and stuff like that, everyone's just gonna have a small Christmas. I mean,
Oh, God, man. My mom was freaking out because they dropped it down to five people. And she's like, we're fucked. Like, we're straight fucked. And that's the thing. Keeping it very small, we were at 7.
Yeah.
So my mom's like,
that was, like, just
that's just
you,
immediate
your
family.
parents, DL and Graham,
and Claire, and Reg.
And then Reg.
And my mom's like, well, Claire doesn't count.
she's not a person.
DL's, yes, she does.
Yeah.
You know
Claire
what,
would
Ray?
count.
You and Reg can just be on the back porch, just staring inside.
Can I have some turkey?
Please.
It's like the whole Scrooge McDuck thing where you're just watching like a scene out of your past or something.
Yeah. It's all warmth and cheer.
Yeah.
And laughter and joy. Meanwhile, Reg and I have a Switch.
You guys,
Man, when did you get so good at Smash?
you guys are outside trying to start a little bonfire on the
Actually,
porch.
With my new TV, we could be outside and still see every fucking pixel of that giant bastard. So my mom was losing it about that, and DL was being really stringent at the beginning. She's like, 5 people, that's the limit.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And now I think she's kind of loosening up a little.
up a little.
It's like, fuck off, it's fine. 7 people, we're not gonna spread the plague.
You might.
That's what you think.
I'm okay with that. That's fine. I've already had enough scares already.
It's also strange that Saskatchewan is down to 5 people, but like my cousins out in Alberta, they're planning stuff, and they're like, no, we can have 10, 15 people. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Alberta is like one of the least.
Yeah, I
strict.
think they're doing pretty good.
Well, no.
No.
not-
They're
least
pretty bad.
strict.
But
Least
yeah.
strict. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
they're very conservative and freedom people.
Yeah.
So, man, fucking our numbers.
Our numbers are crazy
like,
high.
I was sitting around that like 150 or something, and Mom said
400?
yesterday was 400. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
What happened? We
But I mean,
fucked
like,
up.
did you see like in Manitoba?
With-
Winnipeg itself had like 300 cases.
Okay, and that's the thing. So cases is just positive.
Positive
Depends on how
numbers.
many people go to the hospital and blah blah blah
Or
blah.
yeah,
But I
Getting
guess
tested.
still having and getting tested. Yeah, it's a man. I was talking with my dad about it and just trying to wrap your head around all of it. Where you go like, okay, percentage wise and cases versus deaths
Yeah.
and blah 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 blah, and it's like on one hand, you're like, oh, this isn't as serious as we think, and on the other hand is we're like, well, it's killing at 3 times the rate of the normal cold.
yeah,
So it's like you can't just be like, oh, it's just influenza.
yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it was expected that the spike would be right around the holiday season
Yeah.
anyway. So
I was expecting more after Thanksgiving though. 'Cause it's
I was
been-
expecting more closer
Yeah.
to Christmas, like right around this time.
Well, I just expected there to be a spike.
Oh yeah,
after
for sure.
Thanksgiving,
But
just
it's like
'cause-
I was expecting Thanksgiving would happen, and then a week to 2 weeks after Thanksgiving there would be the spike.
yeah,
But it's been a month since then, so I was thinking like, what happened in the last little bit that would have caused such a jump? I don't know.
COVID fatigue.
That's a big one. Even I'm hitting. Like I took it seriously at the start, but
Same.
even at this point, I'm like, fuck, man. Like yeah, I can
We're
work.
just waiting on that vaccine then.
Promising results.
Yeah, but
We'll see.
I'll still stay home with Dan.
Well, that wasn't going to change anyway, so my life didn't change much.
Yeah, but at least I had the option to go out, get away from him.
You love him.
No.
Alrighty, we're gonna call it there.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we can still sit and chat, but I'm just gonna cut the video.
What is that?
We're probably close to an hour.
You didn't even look.
You didn't even look.
I'm just taking a
You
guess.
don't even care how I feel.
Yeah. We're probably close
Not
to an hour.
particularly.
No.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad you understand.
Thanks for checking.
Thank you for joining us, guys.
Jason feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've totally got this planned out and thoroughly thought over. This is top A grade production value.
I mean, I just showed up. But enjoy your Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one more episode the week after this, so
Who do
that'll
I
be the
wanna
last
try and
one.
get on for the last one?
We'll figure it out after we wrap things up
16
here.
people.
Just everybody. We'll all
Including your dog.
just one big fuck pile.
I want Riley on the podcast.
Bye, guys. Yeah. Thanks.